What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes news for December 20th, 2023. It's almost Christmas time, and what we have here today is Lord of Sparkle's Yorhm's skill set. Now, I've already kind of gone over it, got a good comprehension about this hero. They sound promising. It sounds like a Sword Flash Shia 2.0, but maybe better. It's a big question mark because number one, it's an assassin, so if they can't just like one tap a single enemy hero, I mean, that kind of makes them useless. Number two is most of the game modes that we're progressing in, we can't use Drake, which Drake's kind of the big one to synergize with those assassins, so we're not quite sure if it's going to work out. But the main skill set sounds promising. There's a lot to it. Even the core of Origin sounds pretty decent. The only thing we don't know about is what the sublimation tree is going to look like, and then on top of that, the Destiny transition. But I'm kind of hoping we can get a resurgence of a insane single target hero that maybe does better single target damage than a Lord of Fear Aspen. That's honestly my hope. The fact that it's a light hero is just like a nice little bonus for me, but I really want to see a hero dethrone Lord of Fear Aspen for single target damage, and if anybody could, it's definitely going to be this hero. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let's talk about Lord of Sparkle's Yorhm's skill set. So let's jump into this card. We're actually going to jump right into the active skill here because it has a lot to it, but it is a pretty deliberate destruction attack. Divine Deliberate Destruction is the active skill, has a lot of parts to it. So number one, deals attack damage to the enemy with the lowest HP. We know that's all assassin heroes. Afterward, there's a chance to attack the enemy additionally up to several times. Now we don't know the number, that's going to be very important, but each one of those extra several attacks reduces the chance of triggering the next attack. So it's kind of like where it's like there's a 100% chance, 80%, 60% chance. So it's kind of like RNG based. But each one of those attacks will have one of the four following effects. There's Divine Light Combo, Skull Crushing Strike, Dodging Stab, and Blocking Kick. So the first one that has a chance to happen, again, every one of his attacks will have one of these at random. It deals attack damage to the target and bleeds them, dealing attack damage for several rounds. And that one's like, okay. Skull Crushing Strike deals attack block ignoring damage to the target and reduces their damage reduction for several rounds. So that is a straight up counter to like a Hyperspace Hunter Ilamok type squad. Really good bypassing block. Number three, Dodging Stab deals attack armor ignoring damage, so it's kind of like holy damage essentially, but it has a guaranteed crit chance to the target and steals attack and the attack from the target for several rounds. So that's actually a nice one right there. And then Blocking Kick deals damage equal to a certain percentage of the target's max HP to the target, capping at a certain percentage of his attack, with a chance to inflict Seal of Light. Now you remember Seal of Light, that's Tara's skill that can lock down some passive skills, not all of them. This is interesting. It almost feels like this is a hero you don't necessarily want to build for crit chance. Like, you can. It probably is still the right play here. This is crit that is guaranteed, which is interesting. And then it says down here, if we keep going, there's more to the active skill. Yes, if Yorhm additionally attacks several times or more, Destructive Strike will be released at the end of it. Destructive Strike inflicts a certain percentage of attack Divine Retribution, which is a skill effect, to the target. If the target is killed, it then also does it again on the next enemy with the lowest HP. So this Divine Retribution skill effect is, this effect does not land a crit, and its damage is fixed, which cannot be reduced or increased by attributes or skill effects. And again, talking about Seal of Light, that's the one that can seal off the passive skills. So this is interesting. It says if Yorhm additionally attacks several times or more, that will be released. That's kind of important because it's a non-crit skill. So honestly, this might be a hero you don't build towards crit because of course part of his ability has a guaranteed crit while other parts cannot crit. So maybe just building him like a straight up attack, armor break type ability skill, or attack, honestly, skill damage could be a very good one on this hero too. There's a lot of things that could be really great on this hero because if we take a look at his basic attack passive skills, this is the end, changes the basic attack to deals attack, block, and dodge ignoring damage. So they can't block it, they can't dodge it, but their armor will still reduce it. To the enemy with the lowest HP, this cannot land a crit. So again, the basic attack can't crit anyway. So if you're not probably building this hero for crit at all, is kind of my guess. With a chance to deal several times damage and a chance to deal several times more damage. Meanwhile, there's a chance of gaining layers of Breath of Sparkles. This is his skill effect. Each layer increases his all damage dealt. So really, really good. Really, really awesome. So even basic attacks do something really good on this hero. Not over yet. The next passive skill, when an ally releases an active skill or a basic attack, chases and attacks the enemy with the lowest HP several times, dealing attack damage. So that's whenever an ally releases an active or basic. So he's going to be attacking a ton. Chase attacks are really strong. There's a chance to deal several times damage and a chase to deal several times more damage. Meanwhile, increases speed for several rounds. So that's really, really good. This is basically like Scarlet Queen Halora's effect, except you do the attacking instead of the ping damage happening. It's really, really interesting. Divine Sparkle Blessing. When taking active skills or basic attacks, there's a chance to dodge this attack. If the dodge is successful, Self has a chance to get more layers of those Breath of Sparkles. If not, additionally increases his dodge rate, so it kind of keeps stacking up until you do get a successful dodge, which is good. When Breath of Sparkles is stacked to a certain number of layers, consume several of them, granting him Majesty, Divine Sparkles, and gaining energy. Majesty of Divine Sparkles is a skill effect, increases Self all damage dealt. Another one really good. When releasing an active skill, consumes this to increase the chance of releasing extra attacks each time. So that's, again, really good synergy with the active skill. And then even his core of origin is pretty solid. After releasing active or basic attacks each time, he will grant allies, excluding himself, layers of Soul Sting for several rounds. This Soul Sting is increases the owner's all damage dealt and speed. However, when an ally releases an active or basic attack, removes layers of Soul Sting from all allies and increases all allies' control immunity and all damage reduction. So when he attacks, they get more damage and speed. When then they attack, then they give control immunity and all damage reduction to the entire team. This seems like a pretty strong kit, to be honest. I don't want to overhype it because we've seen how that's gone with Assassins in the past. He definitely has potential. I'd love to see a hero that's an amazing first Transcendence hero as well. And maybe this is a good candidate right here. We also have his Tenants. So he has himself or almost said Flora, Freya, which is kind of good. We have Jeester and Ilamok. Jeester is assassin, not great. Ilamok, though, could be a good synergy for survivability. Another assassin here, and then Natalia. So building this is a first 3 Transcendence hero. Not the worst thing I've seen in the world. Natalia is very, very strong. It is also stated that he is going to be the number 2 tenant for Hyperspace Hunter Ilamok, and the number 4 tenant for Mutated Fungus Jeester. So, there's a lot of stuff going on with this hero. He has potential in his tenants as well. I'm hoping to see something really good out of this hero, and I really can't wait to test him and maybe have another first hero candidate. Of course, it's really hard to build him as a first Transcendence. Actually, it's not that bad. A light hero, by the time you can get like V4, that should be possible. Should definitely be possible. We'll have to see. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. The only downside I can say is a light tenant. Kind of hard to build, but not too bad. So we'll see. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. We'll be building him Thursday night on the live stream, and I'll see you guys next time.